Good morning, children. Very good morning. Today in this class we will discuss about the life in the temperate grasslands. Life in the temperate grasslands. Last class we discussed the topic about, we discussed only the temperate grasslands, that is prairies. We have discussed about prairies grasslands, where these prairies are located, which are how these grasslands extended towards the west of Canada and towards east of North American continent, and the climate, flora and fauna and people we have discussed. Now let us come to this class. We will discuss about same temperate regions. Here another next region is grown with the wild grasslands. Well, W-E-L-D, well grasslands. Well also important, grassland, well grasslands. So in this temperate grassland, temperate region, so there are two main grasslands. One is prairies. These grasslands grown in the continent of North America, whereas the well grasslands grown in the continent of Africa, or greater South Africa. South Africa, yes. Grown in the South Africa, yes. Grasslands grown in the South Africa. So these grasslands grown at the height of 600 to 1100 meters. The average height is 1600 meters. The entire region is bounded with these grasslands, that is wild grasslands. And this region is lined by two important rivers, that is river Limpopo and river Orange. Here in this region, river Limpopo and river Orange, O-R-A-G. These two are the important rivers in this region. Name the two important rivers in the Weld region. Number one is river Limpopo, L-I-M-P-O-P-O, Limpopo, and river Orange. These two are the important rivers drained by the Weld region, that is South Africa. So Weld are the most important grasslands of South Africa. Clear? And these grasslands located Drakensberg Mountains towards east. You know Drakensberg Mountains. You are the Drakensberg Mountains. Mountains in east and west Kalahari Desert. Yes. West Kalahari Desert. Yes. It means this Weld region extends in the east along the Drakensberg Mountains, and the west side it extends up to the Kalahari Desert. Drakensberg Mountains are also very important mountains, right? The Kalahari Desert also a very important desert. Kalahari Desert, which lies in Africa. Kalahari Desert, it is the most important desert in African continent. Children, you should know about important deserts in the world. So like Kalahari, it is extended the western part of African continent. The same way Kalahari Desert, Atacama Desert, Patagonia Desert, Sahara Desert, Arabian Desert, the Great Australian Desert. All these deserts, important deserts, you should know. It should be in fingertips. They're all very, very important for your competitive examinations. Like service commissions, like NDA. It should be in fingertips. All the important deserts, important mountains, important rivers, important animals, important national parks, important grasslands, and winds. Winds, trade winds, westerlies, local breeze, sea breeze, land breeze. These all things you should be in fingertips. Children, so here, Kalahari Desert in the west. So these well grasslands extended the Regensburg in the east and Kalahari Desert in the west. Okay, now we see about the climate. What about the climate of this region? Here the climate is very cold. It is too cold and too hot. Even it is 2 degrees centigrade and 5 degrees centigrade. Even winter it is minus. So because of this cold climate, the grass grows. So entire region here also treeless land, plantless land. So entire region is grown with the grass up to the height of even 12 meters high. Even the grass grows here in South Africa, even 12 meters height. Such grasslands we call it as a elephant grasslands, savanna grasslands. We call it as a savanna grasslands. And here, now coming to the flora. Yes. As I said here, the grass is the major vegetation of this even wealthy region of South Africa. At the same time, along with this grass, we can people also contributing little agriculture. In wherever fertile lands and water is available, there agriculture have been performing the crops like sugarcane, potatoes, maize, wheat, yes. They are the major crops which have been contributing in this even wealthy region. Children, one point I would like to tell you. When you talk about wheat is the most important cereal crop. Yes, India, rice and wheat. And here, even previous class it is prairies grasslands. So the prairies grasslands also can be considered as granaries of the world. Why? Children, anybody? The prairies grasslands can be considered as granaries of the world. Why? Yes? Riju, please. I hope you can give the right answer. Yes? Okay, fine. So here, the prairies or the granaries of the world because of the huge surplus of wheat production. Because of huge surplus production of wheat. So therefore, these prairies grasslands we call it as the granaries of the world. We call it as the granaries of the world. So whereas here, so this region also they have been performing agricultural activities like sugarcane, potato, wheat, and even commercial crops like even tobacco. These are the crops that have been cultivating here. And as you know, even if you take common animals, if you take here, lion, cheetah are the major animals. Lion, cheetah, hippopotamus, kudu, these are the major animals you can found in this region, in the wealthy region. in the wealthy region. At the same time, also here people, even they have been contributing economic activities like here, agriculture, as I said, sugarcane, potato, maize, cotton, wheat, etc. Apart from agriculture, they have been even performing cattle ranching, dairy farming. Why dairy farming? Because of so much of grass, vast land which is grown by the grass, ideal for keeping the cattle, and you can extract the varieties of products like butter, milk, cheese, all those products, and these can be transforming, can be exporting to the other places. So trade can be improved. Another important resource is minerals. Minerals. Important minerals like one is Kimberley gold mines. Kimberley gold mines. Okay, one is Kimberley gold mines and Johannesburg. Yes, Johannesburg is the most important city. It is capital for gold. Johannesburg, gold and diamonds. Johannesburg on mountains known for gold and Kimberley is known for diamonds. The two important places in South Africa. Yes. So rich source of minerals, and they have been exporting to the different countries. Due to that, trade has been developed. Because of this, roadways, railways, and trade has been developed in these countries. Children, this is the topic of life in the temperate grasslands. So mainly here your remember is, so mainly the temperate regions which are the important grasslands. That is life in the prairie regions and life in the well region. Of course, both our regions are known for grasslands, treeless, plantless area, low-lying lands, which is grown with the full of grass. So grass is the major vegetation. Also, apart from that grass, people have been performing different activities like agriculture, dairy farming, cattle ranching. The rest is climatic conditions. As you know, so the climate, according to the climate, people will be performing and living peacefully. So that is the topic, life in the temperate grasslands. The life in the temperate grasslands. Children, is it clear? Yes. So this is the chapter 9. Chapter 9 in the textbook, geography textbook, chapter number 9. Life in the temperate grasslands. So you should remember this. The moment you remember this chapter, you should remember one is prairie grasslands and well grasslands. Prairie grasslands are the well-known grasslands of North America, and well grasslands are known for South Africa. So South Africa belongs to African continent. Like this, there are various grasslands. That is prairies, North America, well, South Africa, savanna, Africa, pampas, South America, steppes, Eurasia. Steppes are the most important grasslands of both Europe and Asia. We call it as Eurasia. And dawn grasslands. Dawn grasslands of Australia. So these grasslands can be identified in different continents across the globe. You should be fingertips, name of the grassland and which continent these grasslands can be identified. Dawn grasslands, Australia. Steppes, Eurasia. Prairies, North America. Pampas, South America. Right? Well grasslands, South Africa. Savanna, Africa. Clear, children? These should be known to everybody. Clear? So this is the topic of the life in the temperate grasslands. Clear? And of course, you have to pull up your socks, prepare notes, and you have to prepare for your half-yearly examination, children. Your half-yearly examinations commences from November 2nd. Your half-yearly examinations commences from November 2nd. So here, the total marks of social studies is 80 marks. 80 marks for written, 10 marks for oral. Out of 80 marks, 48 marks for history and 32 marks for geography. So 48 plus 32 is equal to 780. Right? Plus 10 marks. 5 plus 5 is equal to 10 marks for geography. This is 1. So you have to prepare for your even half-yearly examination. That is 48 marks for history and civics, and 32 marks for geography. Okay, 32 marks for geography. So for half-yearly examination, your question paper will be 32 marks for geography and 5 marks for oral test. So 32 plus 5, how many? 37. Right? Any doubts, children? Please. Okay? Thank you.